president hopeful, Mr. George Goh, businessman, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. And you also have a twin brother. So,
Wait, what? Campaign, everybody can promise anything you want. But at the end of the day, can you deliver?
how many percent do you think your chances of winning are? Welcome to the very first episode of our presidential election series. Boo, ba, 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 ba. This is your daily Ketchup.
Boom.
Alright, before we jump into the episode, we want to say a big thank you for everybody who has pressed subscribe ever since we started doing this segment. And for those of you who are still not subscribed, please go down and press subscribe because it will help us. It will make our show better. We can interview more people. We can do more locations. Airplane podcast. We never know. Travel series podcast.
We call it airplane mode.
Okay. Back to the episode. Welcome to the show, everybody. We are here with President Hopeful, Mr. George Goh.
Welcome. Thank you, everyone.
So, according to Wikipedia, he's a Malaysian-born Singaporean politician, businessman, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. And according to himself, father.
Yes.
Just
Father of four, not one, four. Yeah.
He said, I'll do it 4 times. So, why did you decide to run for presidency?
When you reach a certain point in your life, it's not all about just making money. It's good to spend some years to serve the nation. It's like give back, right? So in life, you need to think about how you give back to the society, to your people. For me, I want to serve my people, hopefully in the next 6 years. Yep, I'm in the office.
So speaking of like serving, I believe when news came out, one thing that was quoted off was that you were the ambassador of Singapore to Morocco.
Yes, at the
And so
time.
how did that come about?
I think the appointment start on 2017. So one term is about 3 years. So they renew second terms, so to 2023.
Was that something that you volunteered, and like why Morocco in particular?
No, this thing is more like the state. You will look at the candidates from basically from 3 or 4 areas. One is professionals. They will see who are suitable candidate. Entrepreneur is another group. So why Morocco? Let me explain to you. Morocco, of course, is North Africa, right? Near the Spain. So if you're a good swimmer, you can swim between Morocco to Spain.
Nice.
So Morocco is a beautiful country, rich culture. And I like the people are very warm. And especially Marrakesh. Next time you do have a chance to go there, go to the Marrakesh. It's beautiful. Don't forget, in a lifetime, must go at least to Morocco, okay?
You're also the tourism ambassador.
My geography damn bad, but is he joking when you really can swim?
It's north of Africa, and
Yeah.
Spain is like
Yeah.
Europe, so the tip is quite close.
It's very near. Yeah.
So you really can
No,
swim?
but when you
Yeah.
zoom into the map, it's actually quite far. Like when you look from far.
Yeah, and make sure you're a good swimmer. Like
You might
me,
need to
I
swim for
can't
3
do
days.
it. Don't ask me to do that, right? Yeah.
So what do you do as the ambassador?
How come you travel from Singapore to Morocco to build a relationship between the two?
Free aeroplane flight.
Can claim or not?
How come you got to take the plane? You cannot swim, right? Too far away. Yeah, I think if we want to list out all the road one by one, may take another 30 minutes to go. But no, there's a menu to go through, so you just have to perform your duty according to the responsibility as ambassador.
All right,
Yeah.
free flights to Japan. So something quite interesting that I learned about you while researching, right, was that you actually recently got a degree in music.
Yeah.
Oh.
But this was 12 years in the making.
Yeah.
And you actually had taken the exam 7 times until your teacher said, please don't take it anymore. But you pressed on and you succeeded. You see,
Yeah.
perseverance.
Yeah.
So why were you so persistent in pursuing this?
In 2010, I made the coach say, George, come and have some lesson. I think the age of 50 that time. So when you study, the engine, right? So you keep writing and writing like bicycle, you can't stop, right? So one level to another level to another. Of course, the level I took is a bit more difficult. LTCL is the equivalent with the honors degree level.
Whoa.
And it's from Trinity College.
Yeah, because the performance, most of the song is the best tenor. Of course, I'm not the best tenor, but the level is very high.
So the exam is sing on lah.
Performance, yes. Yeah, you just you stand at the opera house, right? So,
Wow.
you can't stop. Most of the performance, you see, you can sing 2 songs or 3 songs, but for this one, you can't do that. One go, 50 minutes.
50 minutes.
50. One go.
Alone
Yes, because they talk about stamina. They want to make sure the performance itself, the stamina is good enough to take on this level.
Right.
Yeah.
So your stamina for 50 minutes quite good.
At the time, good. This year, I'm not sure. This year, I'm 63. Every year, you get older, difficult, right?
You got a favorite, like your Naso song.
Nessun Doma, Vincero. Vincero means I will win, I will win, I will win. Okay.
I see.
Preview a bit.
Okay, Vincero. Once again. This is you need a bit warm up. Vincero. One word only. You need to sing 3 times, okay?
For 50 minutes.
I
You're holding the breath.
Legit. Wow.
Yeah. You take it as just like your interest in your life, like hobby, right? Some people like different things. For me, music is in me now. Because when I was a boy, I was singing in the choir. I enjoy when I sit at the opera house, I listen to the player, the big orchestra play, philharmonics. Wow, fantastic. Yeah. Can I invite 3 of you?
Oh, wow. Okay.
One person, one word.
But make sure don't sleep, okay? Embracing, Okay,
I wear sunglasses.
Was presidency something that was always like at the back of your mind? Or was it only something that was more recent?
No, 2016, of course, I saw especially the constitutions. Equity 500 million was a big change from 100 to 500 million. Basically, very few people will be qualified. So 2017, one day I was talking to my CFO. I say, Miss Chan, can we take a look? I've been working for so long. Do you believe we have a 500 millions? Of course, at that point in time, we do not have 500 millions. So I say we have 6 years from now because our President Halima just sworn in, right? I say, how about 6 years? Can we do that? Of course, Miss Chan also say, hey, George, be careful. You need to make sure that the last 3 years, 3 year consecutive must be 500, 500, 500 and profitable, no?
Right.
Not only that, you also make sure that you are the most senior. Wow. So not only the dollar, everybody thought it's only money, For public sector, you don't have to do that. Public sector, even you make losses, they still qualify. That's why the other day I use a term called the private sector is more like the Mao San Wang. And not because I'm talking about me as a Mao San Wang. It's more like a private sector candidate. Whoever qualified to come in, most likely is a Mao San Wang candidate. Till now, that's why you can see not many people prepare to come forward to serve the nation. But of course, I love to see more people. Please come forward. Because private sector do have very good people.
Speaking of your businesses, right, I think it's like extra impressive because you were not born into like, say, a rich household that was maybe already running businesses. In fact, like you grew up in a smaller kampong with like 8 other siblings, if I'm not wrong. Can you tell me a bit about like your early life?
Most of the people in 80s or 60 or 50, 60, they don't have this called family planning, right? So our family have 9, Wow. So my brother's one passed away because we cannot afford for medical treatment at the time.
Right.
So there's 4 boys and 4 girls. My parents say, we cannot afford, so 2 have to give away. We managed to get the 2 sisters now. So the 2 sisters is with us now.
Like reunited.
Wow.
United already.
Were you all in contact all this while?
No.
Right.
Only some point in time, don't know, one of my sister or one of my brothers say, why don't we look around, see whether just like family tree, you need to go and trace,
Search
see,
Facebook all
trace to see who know this, So they trace the many to get both of them. I'm happy to see my two sisters now.
You are the youngest.
I'm not. I used to think I'm number 6. I used to think I'm number 6, but subsequently for this event, presidential campaign, suddenly I go down one more level, become number 7.
Of course, after you reunited, is it?
No, I forget I got one brother.
Because of the election, then he need to go and count.
Suddenly I go and count. It's not number 6, it's number 7. There's one above me, So I miscount the one passed away brother, I'm sorry. I say no. I'm number 7.
Oh no, I feel bad for laughing now.
And you also have a twin brother.
Yes, correct.
So
Wait, what?
My daughter, the younger, remind me, hey, Papa, I have another 1.5 months. I'm leaving. He say, okay, if you don't win the election, you come and stay with me. My goodness.
if you are like me and like him and you want to make $500 million by the time you're 63 years old, like this video.
Okay, I go and like now. got telepathy or not?
No, yeah, I got a twin brother. Sometimes quite interesting to have twin brother.
So you all got to do any naughty twin things? Like he pretend to go to school on your behalf, that kind,
You good point. In the school, there's one naughty boy. I mean, they want to bully. I can't remember primary school. Very naughty, I want to challenge or fight with my brother. So of course, two have to take on one. No choice.
He like seeing double. He's not sure.
No. We just two have to stand together, right? So of course he will run away, right?
Do you all look very alike?
Oh, when you get older, I don't think so.
But when young, look like
when young, I think maybe slightly better because he's a golfer. I'm not a golfer. That already make the color slightly different. Right?
I thought like some if you win the presidency, then like a bit tired one day he can
Around 16 years old, that's also when you actually decided to drop out of school.
Yeah, about 15 plus, not even 16. So one day I remember I say, Papa, the family is very poor. So can I start my career? I say most likely another few more years will make any difference. And the system at that time is quite difficult to get into university. So my father say, okay, if this is your decision, so I will give you a blessing. So of course, 6 years as a blue collar worker, about 7 years.
It was in a shoe factory, right?
Yeah. So I learned a bit the skill, shoemaker. If you have a shoe problem, let me know, okay?
My shoe.
So at the age of 22, the history repeat again. I was discussing with my brother. I say, I want to start my career now. This is the real one. As an entrepreneur.
What was the very first business?
Shoe. Something you know, you better start with something you know. Even today, I was explaining to the young people, don't do something you don't understand. Your first one.
Then your ex-boss not angry, meh? You leave, then you go and come back.
No. Because a factory boy don't really care, right?
They think like no chance.
This is the same story as Rolex. The founder, he also started off like working in watch factories. That's why he knows how to make a watch very well.
Yes.
And then after that, he went to start his own like watch business. Yeah. When pocket watch was the thing, then he said, nah, wristwatch.
Yeah. You see, this is a good one. Thank you for this. I think this we can encourage more of the young people to think like this.
To drop out of school, start business.
Start business.
Not the first one. Very careful. Diplomacy.
Good one.
What's the name of the first business you started?
Oh, very stylish, The name called DE, and then Classici. CLASSICI. Stylish, right?
Wow.
Classici. Wow. A little bit
Where
like,
you learn this word from?
I don't know, because I think more
like Italian.
You get it. I was thinking of industry for shoe industry, maybe Italian is very good. So that's why you declassici.
Nice.
Sound like maybe that name make a difference,
Oh, 100%.
Can you imagine the name called Tan Ah something like that. Tanatan then can call, right?
Yeah, yeah.
People will say, wow.
But that one must discount.
Sorry, Tanatan, if you're watching.
So if you
is
use
cool,
something
boss.
like that, you're cool, man. They say, Italy, are you from? No lah, we are not Italy made, Singapore made, right?
Yeah.
But it sounds good. That's how it began.
Actually, if you guys are watching, right, and like if you know your dad or your granddad like had leather shoes, go and see whether it's declassified.
That's right. I wanted to ask, do you still have the shoe?
Unfortunately, we don't keep any single one. So this round, everybody asked me to see whether I can. But anyway, it goes to 41 years ago. I think.
Maybe can revamp again.
Actually, really quite cool. If really anybody can find a pair.
Maybe not a resale value very high.
Then we'll go for auction.
I think that's quite interesting because with regards to raising your children, right?
Yeah.
Like you had the experience of not having money and all this, right? But
Yeah.
then your children are born into like a wealthy and comfortable situation, right?
Yeah.
How do you approach teaching them about the value of money?
You have to train them when they're young. When my son, my daughter in overseas, I make a point, I don't give them credit card. So I make a point to TT. My PA also asked me, why you do that? Why can't you just give a credit card? I say, my goodness, if you give them credit card, most likely they never come home anymore. It's better to give them monthly allowance, a bit more troublesome. Yeah, but it's okay. Let them feel actually always money not enough. You saw the movie?
Yeah,
money.
good movie, the
Let
first
them
one.
feel that way, always not enough. So I bought a car, the same thing for my daughter, I think. $3,000 over second-hand car.
So
Australia.
cheap? Oh, Australia.
Yeah, in Australia. So that is something you need to set as a parent. You need to make sure, don't let them feel, the parent have unlimited resources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Is it
Think that
when you come out and say you want to stand for election, then your kids realize they are rich? We have 500 million.
It's $3,000 car this whole time.
I think they're wisdom enough to think better don't think my father money. But anyway, I think they are turned out to be very good. 3 graduate now. Last one is leaving to next month. My daughter, the younger, remind me, hey, Papa, I have another 1.5 month. I'm leaving. He say, okay, if you don't win the election, you come and stay with me. My goodness.
Now you don't know what to do with it. Do I want to win it? Do I?
I say, okay. I say, but anyway, your father never think like this, okay? Make sure I'm going in, okay?
On the topic of entrepreneurship, right? And I also understand that you are a mentor to quite a lot of people, right? I'm curious to know, like, what do you think is like the most important quality in being like an entrepreneur?
Positive mind. Must always think positive. If you talk to the young people, the moment they talk about a lot of SQ, wow, this one very difficult.
Right.
If you find someone to say, I can, I try, I do my best, this one got hope. It doesn't matter, say, must win, no. At least he say, I try.
Who is someone like in your business journey, right, that you have met that has really impressed you?
Jerry Harvey Norman boss, start from nothing. And Harvey Norman now worldwide sales is about 8-9 billion. Ooh. This man worked very hard.
I think it's the song.
Go, Harvey, go.
Yeah, the song
the
you know,
jingle
right?
really stuck in my head.
Yeah.
From the time of like got TV, now
Correct.
nobody use TV. But wow.
He's now about 80, He's just like 40. And he's the richest man, one of the richest men, top 10 in Australia. But he never think he's very rich. He still drive his own car. He's
No,
not
but his
like-
car is what car?
normal car.
$3,000.
Just a Lexus I saw is a normal car.
So something that you've mentioned quite a bit as you like go around and meet people and all that is that maybe a slight edge that you have is that you don't have any political affiliations. Do you think that something that's lacking in the current government is a sense of transparency?
I think I only can say all the candidates will bring their so-called their life experience. So fortunately, I have 41 years in the private sector as an entrepreneur. I have 8 years experience as a work on the ground as a community work because I set up a foundation.
Yeah.
6 to 7 years as an ambassador. So I would like to share, of course, my years of experience combined together to
Right.
serve the nation.
How do you feel that your private sector experience gives you an edge or an advantage compared to the other public sector candidate?
Because like for example, if we talk about visiting countries and like bilateral relationships and this kind of thing, right? Like Mr. Taman will also have visited multiple countries. He's also involved in a lot of charity work. So then what gives you that edge given your unique background?
For me, I will look at one point quite important is conflicts of interest. Because conflict of interest can have many issues subsequently. You don't see in the first year of something, but slowly, I tell you, all the haunting will come back to you. From the private sector, I will look at this quite objectively because I don't have any baggage, right? Last time, I don't have any ex-colleague who are working with me, right? Basically, when I see the whole thing, I will say, ayo. I say, how can I say, this one beside. So this one is one of the key one. Of course, the other one is safeguard the reserve. That one is also important. President have the second key, right? They will say second key, second key. Of course, you got to make sure the fund is proper to be put in use, right? To make sure it's really for the crisis or for pandemic or you make sure that. So you have a responsibility for the figure being transferred out or approved. So these are all detailed, but important is independence assessment. No baggage.
Is there anything that you look out for? So like if Minister of Finance say, okay, this is my proposal to redraw the reserves, or this is budget 2024, are there anything in particular that you look out for?
I will take care, it's like my money. Any withdrawal is my money because this is a saving by many generations.
Yeah.
They save very hard for this money. I will treat it as like my akong money, my papa money, my money. Let's say 3 generations. Right?
So your kids will know your pattern now. I need to ask them for this. Okay, maybe we can end off with something slightly a bit spicy. Genuine feeling, like say percentage out of 100%, right? How many percent do you think your chances of winning are?
I mean, number one, some still need to submit their application.
Yeah.
The step. Then approval will come, maybe in August or whatever. Yeah, that means you have the COE to buy car. Okay. So I think you gotta wait 2 more steps. Then you can talk about the who have. If you don't have even a chance to go into a race, right? So all the percentage is irrelevant. This year, Singaporean, they look at all the 4 candidates. They ask themselves, who will be their choice? I hope they focus
On you.
No. Study individual candidate carefully. Who can make the change? Who can make the difference? Who can be independent? They have to study. Focus. Spend some time to look at all what they have done. All right? Campaign, everybody can promise anything you want. All right? But at the end of the day, can you deliver? Historically, can you deliver? Look at his history. Can he build something? Did he fight for the people? Did he really for the people? Did he stand up to say our people is in a very difficult situation? I will fight for my people. Look at the history. Don't look at the campaign alone. Look at the history. Then you will know who is the more suitable candidate. Then vote for him.
Nice. Let's end by saying the pledge.
Thank you.
Like, you know, at a rally, they always say the pledge. Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. George Goh, for joining us today. Hope you've learned more about him. He's quite funny, turns out. So, comment down below if you have additional questions. Maybe he will see.
Yeah,
okay?
thank you.
Like, share, subscribe. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, the 3 wonderful hosts.
We'll keep that in.
My teacher one time was talking to me, George, if you don't sing well, I'm going to throw you out this window. You know?
Wow, that would definitely make you sing well, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was the same teacher for 12 years?
2 teachers. I have 2 teachers.
The one give up.
After the 7 years.
He threatened you, you didn't need to bounce.